Hey, you guys. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. I don't even know if anybody's going to be coming on, but I am avoiding housework. So I thought I would pop on and kind of chat with you guys. And I had an idea. I get asked all the time how to or how I take my photos. So if that's something if that's something that you want me to share, I can show you right over here. Or I can turn the camera over to my myself, which I'm a hot mess right now, and we can chat. So either I can show you guys how I take my photos, which is pretty simple, or we can kind of chat. Either way, I don't want to clean my house. Can you hear me okay? I hope that you can hear me okay, because my microphone is acting up again. So I don't know where it's picking up the sound from. Hopefully it's from my microphone. All right, I will just wait just a minute so that, okay, good, loud and clear. So it must be from my microphone. I'm not sure how well my laptop actually picks up the sound. Let me see if I get closer here. Does it get louder? Or closer here, does it get louder? I think it is my microphone. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, good. Glad you guys can hear. All right. So there's a few people on. I wasn't really expecting many people, but I just had an idea. Because like the title says, again, I don't want to clean my house, although I have to and I need to, because I'm going away for the weekend and my husband's going to be here with the kids. So I want to leave the house clean for them. So I can come back and probably clean it again. Anyways, all right, so I had an idea, now that there is a few more people here, that I would show you guys how I take my photos, or my photo setup, I guess. So is that something you guys are interested in, or you guys just want to kind of chat? Either, it doesn't matter to me. So let me know, because I know a lot of people have questions about taking photos, and I can only give you my experience from what I do. I know a lot of people use their cell phones, which I don't. But hi, everybody, just joining. I don't know if I'm going to be creating anything today. So let me know if you guys just want to chat, then, or if you have something else in mind, let me know. I don't mind. Okay, photos. I always forget about the delay. So there is a delay. All right. All right. If you haven't done so already, if you could do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up, I really, really appreciate it. All right. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to show you really quickly. I'm going to point it up just a tad. My lights, if you haven't seen this video, my lights are mounted to my ceiling. And I have this little like setup in front of my window, and it has two foam, like the foam boards that you can get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something. Yes, I am. I need to clean my house so that it's clean while I'm gone, but I don't want to. So anyways, right, I am going to actually get in the camera, hopefully not too much. Whoop, I always hit my head. Whoops, see, now I'm dropping stuff. Life of my life. This is my life. All right, so I actually, like I said, have it in front of my my window, and then I have a light up here, and then I have my reflector like this so that it reflects the light back down. And hopefully you guys can see okay. I can't see your guys' comments, so I apologize if you're asking any questions, but I'll try to. All right. Then I take my camera, which is this Canon 6D, and I have a 50mm lens on it. You can definitely use your cell phone or a point and shoot or whatever you have. And I'm not very fancy with my setup here. Sometimes if I'm doing cards, I put like these flowers behind here. But for the most part, I just do a white background. It's the easiest for me. Can you guys still hear me okay? I'm going to put the mic a little bit closer, hopefully. Sorry, I'm just putting the mic. Oh, now you can see the mic. All right. Let's see. What did you do before the light above? Honestly, I normally just use a light from my window. But that has to do with my camera as well, because I can bump up the ISO and the exposure and all of that kind of stuff on my camera. So for me, I don't always use a light from above, but today is really cloudy. As you might have seen, it snowed in Las Vegas. I'm an hour north of Las Vegas, but it is very cloudy and stuff. But this is how I was taking photos yesterday. And I do actually have a video coming out, I don't know when, about the full process of what it takes to give you guys videos. And I think it's hopefully going to be entertaining for you guys to see the process from planning to filming to editing to taking photos to uploading and everything that it takes. I think it's a lot more than people actually realize unless you actually do YouTube videos. All right. Okay, so yeah, so I actually have, let me see if it's in here, because I do have my other light that I used to use in my old house. Sorry for getting in the camera, probably. This light is from IKEA, and I just bought a bigger bulb for it, and this is like a natural light bulb. And I had two of these, and before these lights, I actually would point these up and turn off the light on like the main light in my room, because that way it wasn't picking up that light from above. It was just, I don't know if I'm even making sense. All right, let me start over. So I had these two lights on my desk, kind of mounted on my desk, and I would point the light up so it would give an overall nice light. And again, you can get these at IKEA. So my desk is really close to my wall now, so I don't use this light anymore. So yeah, does that help a little bit? Okay. I do some videos, but it will be interesting to see how your process is. So I've done videos in the past where I show how I create thumbnails, my lighting, all sorts of different things. But I thought it was interesting because overall, I never really counted the hours or kept track of the hours. I just knew sometimes it was exhausting to film a video, come up with an idea and all that sort of thing. But it was like 10 to 12 hours that from start to finish, everything from planning it to filming it to editing it, doing the voiceover, taking the photos, editing the photos, making the thumbnail, uploading the video, adding tags to the video, doing the supply list. And that's not even including putting it on social media. That is just all of that. And it was just for the card video that I did yesterday or today that I put up. So, sorry, I'm gonna put that down. Let's see. My husband would not mount a light on the ceiling above my desk. The two lights more affordable and easier to mount. Yes, I can't remember how much they were, but like I said, I did get a larger, let me see what the wattage is. My room is horrendous, so I'm stepping all over all kinds of stuff. It is 110 volt, and the Kelvin is 5500, which is a pretty happy medium for natural light because you don't want it too blue or too yellow. That's why sometimes people have like a yellow cast or a like a blue cast because of their light being most likely yellow, too yellow. All right. Right, Daisy? I am not. And you know, it's funny because for the most part, my house is pretty clean. There's some dishes and whatever, but it's like the kids' shoes. My son decides to get dressed in the living room, like, and he leaves his clothes there. It's just like I'm living with slobs sometimes until I, get on him about it, and then it changes for a little bit. And surprisingly, my daughter is more messy than my son. I feel like I'm always cleaning. Ugh. Especially, I have a white kitchen now, so my kids aren't like that slavish. I don't really find tons of food or anything on the cupboards or anything like that, but sometimes there will be something and I just have to wipe it off because they're white. So I have to clean it off. But all right, back to the lights or the taking the photos. So I'm going to show you guys and you guys are going to laugh. So this is how I take photos now. And I actually struggled a little bit for taking a photo of a layout. I can't show you guys yet because it's coming Saturday and it's part of the Nomadic Soul Diaries challenge on Instagram. So if you haven't heard about it, then head on over there onto Instagram. They do NECA, and the other lady's name is just escaping my mind, but they put together a year-long challenge, and it's a lot of fun. So I was asked to be a part of it. But anyways, so I kind of struggled with that because I normally take the lights and point them to the floor when I'm taking a photo of a layout, but I couldn't do that because they're mounted. So I might actually have to get at least one light so that I can do that. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. I'll take my glasses off, but this is how I take a photo. So if I'm going to be taking a photo of a card, so I'll stand it up. You guys see me? Hello. I'm a hot mess. Yeah, anyways. All right, so I'll stand it up just like this. And I like the reflector here, and then I will point my card to the reflector. That way that the light hits it pretty good. and I don't think I have my SD card. I don't have my SD card. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but then I'll just take a photo. And let me see if I can find it. You would think it would be in my computer, but anyways, let's see. Any questions? Bounce somewhere. A bounce. What's a bounce? Oh, the shine. Yeah. I actually had one that was, I think it was 7 by 9 feet when I was taking pictures of newborns, and that was just way, way too big. And then when I stopped that, then I got rid of that one. But this one's nice. And I actually have another one somewhere. It's a little bit smaller, and you can fold it up, and it has a handle on it. And then on the back of it, it has black, white, and gray, so you can white balance your photos in camera rather than after the fact. Oh, you were? That's so fun. I actually miss it. It was, I love taking pictures of newborns. That was my favorite thing. But I just felt like I was always sick, and then I would have to cancel, because you don't want to get the newborns sick. I wasn't, making a living off of it or anything, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I invested a lot of time and took classes and all sorts of things. So yeah. And that's funny that you didn't think of the reflector. I love this thing because you can move it. So if you don't have a light on top, you can, I think a reflector is pretty helpful because I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually move this around a bit so I can show you guys. So a lot of times I have them this way, like this, and then my reflector will be, and that's just a table right there. So just like this, just kind of leans like that a lot of the times. But sometimes I have it in the front when I don't need the light up top, and then the light from the window will reflect onto the reflector, which then will reflect onto the project. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna close this because this is a, look, Daisy, if you're still here, here's my sewing machine. It's a hot mess in there. All right, so sometimes I'll even have to go like this, and I'll go like this. And so here's my card or my project, and I'll smush my I don't know if you guys can even see, but I'll smush my reflector, and then I'll take the picture that way. So that's kind of something that is a little bit funny, but I'm going to show you guys too. So this is how I do it. So because this is such a large area and the light is so big on the inside of the light, and the white, it diffuses the light so that it's not a harsh light on the project. I can come in like this and go over like this and take a photo like that over top of my card or my project. You can get a reflector on Amazon or BH Photo if you shop on there, or I would probably recommend Amazon. They probably have something on there that is pretty affordable. And I don't know how big this is. Well, let me see. It's about as big as my mat on my table. So it's about 34 by 22, maybe. So, and then, let's see. But honestly, you can even use a whiteboard to reflect light also. So you don't need a reflector, but this comes with, it comes off. And if you needed to, this will diffuse light. So this is kind of see-through. And then it actually has another side that is pure white. And then if you live somewhere where it's really, really, really cloudy and the white balance, or, you know, it's a lot of times your pictures are blue, you would want to use the gold to bring a lot of that warmth back into your photos. Hello. Yeah, I am avoiding housework. So I'm just showing you guys how I take my photos. And sometimes, like I said, if I have a layout or a larger project that I have to take a photo of, because the layout, even if I'm like above like this taking the photo, I can't get the full layout because it's so high. I'll have to take the foam boards and put them on the ground. Any questions? I know this is like super random, but I get asked all the time how I take my photos, what I use, that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't have too much to do, just the dishes and that sort of thing, but I just don't want to do it right now. Any questions? Or if you have another idea, I get asked all the time how I edit my videos, and that is why I decided to just do a big long video. It's honestly probably going to be about 30 to 45 minutes of explaining the full process, a whole, I guess, day, sometimes days, depending on the project and the creator of what goes into making a video. And my process is probably completely different than somebody else's process, but I thought it might be helpful. I have a lot of different websites that I use for like my affiliate marketing, and then also putting tags on my videos. And I also share YouTube videos that have helped me. Off the top of my head, Think Media TV on YouTube helps me so much. They have so much great information on there. I just know to find the reflector. Yes, the reflector is my friend. Out of everything, you don't need fancy lights because for the most part, everybody has the sun, right? So you just need the sunlight. And sometimes if it'll stay cloudy like this, before I had my lights, I would actually take my projects outside and take the photos underneath my awning. So there's always that option too. All right. I think any other questions? I mean, my setup is pretty simple. Like I said, it's the two foam boards, which I like because it makes it easier for me to edit the photos as far as like the white balance and stuff. I don't really do anything crazy like put a ton of like saturation or anything back into my photos. But the white definitely makes it easier for me because I'm a lazy editor. I want to do the least amount of work. So having my camera has really helped because I can get the exposure and all of that sort of thing pretty good in camera, so I don't have to do that much editing later. So you'd like to hear more about making videos? Yeah. So while I'm here, do you have anything specific? I mean, that you would like to know? And editing videos. Okay. I do pretty simple editing. I tried one time to do a video where I had my webcam to my face so that while I was making the video, I can kind of, you guys can see my face and whatever, but it was just too much editing for me. Oh, Tara, I'm so sorry to hear that. So honestly, it's really simple. I get asked all the time what you should, like, people ask me, what do I need to make a video, or what kind of equipment, what camera? Honestly, your cell phone is the best thing to start with, I think. And they have lots of free editing apps, and you can just kind of slice and dice your videos. And then just kind of upload from there. The camera that I use, actually, where is it? Where's my, oh, there it is. Let me grab it real quick. I'm going to sit down. So the camera that I use is this Canon 6D, and if you watched my video of my lights, you didn't see the camera, and I meant to put in a kind of like a clip of my camera. But I like it because it pops up like this, and then I have it hanging from my mount, and then just like this, and then I could see what I'm working on, and then to make sure that I'm in frame and everything. But I don't recommend this. If you're willing to spend this type of money on a camera, I would recommend getting a actual video camera. I do use Photoshop and Lightroom. I always shoot in RAW, so that's why I like Lightroom, so that it's just easy. I don't know, it's just easier for me. Tara, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Yeah, I like Photoshop. I don't really do, like I said, anything super crazy with my photos. Just lighten them up a bit and sharpen them. Well, we can avoid housework together. Anything else? I know I need to go clean my house too, but Anything else before I want to turn the camera so I can talk to you guys, but I look crazy right now. Nothing else. Anything else? Like, it doesn't even have to be video related or photography related. It could be anything else. I can't say your name. Pocola Art. Okay, so it actually depends on the SD card. So I have like a 64 gig and a 32. I shoot it in the best quality possible for the camera, and I can get a good hour and a half-ish, like 90 minutes on my 32. Oh wait, what is this in here right now? This one is 16 gigs. So I can get a good hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. But it does shut off every 25 minutes. And I'm not sure why that is. Whoa, I almost dropped it. That would have been horrible because I have my glass mat right here. But I do have this glass screen protector on here. I baby all of my equipment. It's crazy. I don't want anything to happen to it. Like my husband comes in, he's like, "Can I use your camera?" And I'm like watching him like a hawk. "No, don't do that. What are you doing? Keep it away from the sink." You know. I hope that helps. So it definitely depends on the SD card. I haven't really looked up to see the max SD card it can take. The max that I've put on is in here is a 64 gig. Tara, it's funny because let me answer that one. I missed that one. Do you use OBS or Manicam? I don't use OBS only because I am not, okay, this is another video that I wanted to do too, was how to live stream, because I think I personally really got confused when they added that encoder thing. But if you go to, let me see if I can show you guys on my phone. I'll do a video and I can screen record and all that stuff so that you guys can see a little bit better. But if you go to the YouTube app, and so I'm going to see if you guys can see really quickly. This camera button here, if you click that button, even on your computer, if you click that button, you can go live straight from there. You don't have to have any encoder, which that's what the OBS is an encoder. And the encoder helps you to hook up multiple cameras and multiple audio, and you can screen record and all that sort of thing. What are you using? I'm using a webcam. I do have Streamlabs. I just actually downloaded it because I thought it would be cool to, when I do my lives, to have a webcam on my face and then also on my project. But I noticed with Streamlabs, and I think OBS actually does too maybe, they are geared a lot towards gamers. So your live videos actually go to the gaming section of YouTube, and I didn't really want that, so I haven't used it again. But yeah, the OBS or an encoder software is if you want multiple options for camera views and audio views and that sort of thing. You don't have to have an encoder software. Does that help? I hope it does. Let me see. All right, so again, here you can click here, and sorry for my nails, but this camera tab here, it's hard to tell. And then you can click it, and then it's a little bit different on the phone, obviously, but I do it on my laptop, and I just click that little button, and then I go to, a lot of times I'll schedule it later, but again, you don't have to have the encoder software. You can just do that. Yes, it is nice and easy. And it's funny because Karen Tamir, she was having trouble with it, and I was trying to tell her, and then that's when it clicked in my mind that the encoder software is only for those that want multiple views. So a lot of people like the one click, to change camera views, or some people, if they're doing like a training or something and they need to use they need to share their screen, that is an option in the encoder software as well. And Tara, I was going to comment on your comment that my uncle actually sent, so I love Canon everything. I'm a Canon girl. That's just what I use. My uncle he is kind of, I don't know if he's getting into photography or what he's doing, but he likes really nice things and he travels. So he recently went to Japan and he wanted to upgrade his camera. And so he sent us his old one, which is actually nicer than my 60, but it's a Nikon. So my husband was super happy to finally have his own camera. And it makes me happy too. I think he came in the other day trying to use my Canon. I think we're just Canon people. On the Nikon, it's total opposite. And I don't use auto anything. I'm a manual girl as well, so I can really, I know how to use it. Hello. We're just kind of chatting, avoiding housework, talking about live streaming and taking photos and videos and that sort of thing. It's weird that I don't want to show you guys my face. I feel weird. I think I feel more awkward not showing you guys my face. Yeah, I'm definitely a Canon person. Any other questions? Anything at all? It doesn't have to be that related. It can just be whatever. You have a hard time hearing. Oh, sorry, I had to put my glasses back on. I have a hard time hearing my name. Tara. No. For a long time, because I've been doing videos for like 10 years or so, and it still is really weird. Like when I do the premiere videos, I don't have the sound on. I can't listen to myself. it's funny because I listen to the voiceover a couple times before I finalize it and then I export it. But when it's on YouTube, it's just, for some reason, it's just weird to me. I don't know what it is. It's weird. I am in my craft room and it is a mess. Big, big mess. I was trying to clean it so that I can do a craft room update for you guys for tomorrow. Yes, anybody can make a video and post it on YouTube. Come on, girl, I ain't nobody special. Anybody can do it. And if you have any questions, I don't mind answering them, helping you add titles or your description or anything like that. I love helping people because I love being inspired by other people. And the more people that make videos, the more I get inspired. And then the more I want to create. And I'm hoping that I am inspiring people. So it kind of just is a circle that I like to hopefully keep going. Oh, thank you guys. And YouTube isn't the only place that I get inspired. Mostly nowadays is Instagram. So hey, Davida. There is a lot of channels that are dealing with crazy buffering and signal drops. Have you had that problem? No, because, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to put my sweater on and then I'll point the camera to myself. I feel more secure with my sweater on. Give me 1 second and then I'll point the camera to myself, and then because I feel awkward not talking to you guys. All right. Going back to work. All right. I'm going to point it way far away from me, hopefully. Well, let me come over here because that's where the questions are. Oh, the light is horrid. Let's see. Oh, let me fix that really quickly. It's funny because I always say, oh, I'm not wearing any makeup, but I never wear makeup. So, where was the question? A lot of channels are dealing with crazy buffering and signal drops. I don't deal with that because I am directly connected into the internet. So my husband is a network and systems engineer. So he went crazy when we bought our house and wired every single room to be directly connected to the internet. And so yeah, so it's mainly for me, probably, I mean, my kids are little, they don't have access to the internet in their rooms, or really the internet in general. But eventually when they're teenagers, I'm sure that will be something. Yeah, so I have it directly connected to my internet, and I also have what's called a hotspot in my hallway because how do I explain it? All of the equipment is in our bedroom because that's where my husband's office is. He was nice enough to let me have the extra bedroom for my craft room. But yeah, I don't think I have that issue unless you guys are seeing something that I'm not, if it's buffering or anything like that. Well, let me grab my microphone. How am I going to do this? Sorry, you guys. You've had buffering on your end in my video? My lips are so chapped. Right, Davida? You have to be here. It's just kind of random. Let's see. Mareki, I hope I'm saying your name right, and I'm probably not. Should you use your name on YouTube, like for your YouTube channel? I think it depends. When I first started my YouTube channel, I used Mama Tiffy, which I kind of regret now because I don't know why I did Mama Tiffy back then. My son was like 2 or something when I opened up a YouTube channel. And I think it depends. Like if you have a cool, like crafty name that you use, or, you know, your blog or anything like that, then I would use that because then everything can be the exact same. Let's see. How are all of you doing? I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Oh, thanks, Davida. And Davida, yes, was very nice of him, but I think it's because when we lived in San Diego, I had a little craft corner in our bedroom. This was when I only had my son. And well, Abby was born actually. She was little, but anyway, so the bed would get covered with craft stuff and it would just be everywhere. So I think that's what he was trying to avoid. And he works from home, so he definitely, I gave him lots of options to take the extra bedroom, but he didn't. I think he just didn't want my craft stuff in the room. Yes, I eventually want to get some sort of chair in here or like a little sofa or something because my kids love hanging out with me in here when I'm like editing videos and things like that so that they can kind of be around me. I'm really particular when I'm editing my videos and editing my pictures. I have my big, well, I use a laptop. I don't use a computer. I use my laptop. Well, it is a computer, but you guys know what I mean. And then I have it hooked up to a monitor, which is used for photo editing mainly, or like graphic design-ish stuff. So I really like to be on there when I'm editing and stuff. So I want to try to get, once I figure this mess out, I want to try to get some sort of sofa or something in here so that they can kind of hang out with me. Any other questions? If you edit a video, the chat and chat room cannot be saved, correct? Oh, do you mean when, like, if you were to premiere the video? I do that, and I thought the chat gets deleted. So this, I had thought that it gets deleted, but it actually doesn't. Well, sometimes people on, you know, if I can disable it to be seen later, but it takes a while for it to probably process, probably a few hours for it to process and show up after the like the premiere or the live stream or something like that. I hope that helps. I'm out of coffee, you guys. I need some more coffee. What editing program do you use? I use Filmora, and it's pretty simple to use, I find. And I don't do anything crazy with my videos, just basically, and I'll show that. I don't know if you were here when I was saying that I took all day yesterday and filmed a video of me, or filmed a video or snippets of videos of the process of what it takes to do a video. So I did the filming process, the editing process, the photo editing process, the thumbnail, adding tags, like my affiliate marketing links and everything. It's going to all be in there. Just not exactly sure when it's going to be up. And I can do a shorter video as well, just to show you how I edit the videos. Because my videos are pretty simple. I just cut them and add like a, what is it called? When they blend together nicer instead of like choppy. I don't know. Anyways, you had salsa. I haven't had salsa in a few days. I'm trying to cut down on my coffee and salsa. Yes, a fade. There you go. Or yeah, a fade. Transition, yes. Any other questions? And in the video, I have, because I use a lot of different websites to help me, because there's so much that goes into it. Like when you're titling your video, I think it helps in the back end of things for Google and stuff like that, that when, like, I don't want to just title it video 1. I want to title it something that I would think people are searching in YouTube. But I never thought that it would matter. But I mean, every little thing that you do is going to help people find your videos or find your channel and stuff. So there's a lot of things that go into all of that. And I just learned that you can do hashtags on your titles. I got to get more comfortable in my chair here. So I sit, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm going to show you guys really quickly how I sit when I craft and when I do my voiceovers. So I sit like this. So when I'm crafting and you guys are only seeing the top, this is basically how I'm sitting. I'm like crunched up on my chair. How do you do voiceover? Okay, so Filmora has a voiceover option. And I have this mic here. I'm going to show you really quickly. It's called a Rode mic. I'm hoping that it's not making too much noise on your end. And it has a stand. And I think it gives a very clear sound. So that's what I use. You definitely don't have to use that. I only got a microphone because on my old laptop, the microphone died and I wanted to start doing voiceovers again. And I couldn't because the mic didn't work. So, and I'm not the type of person that, oh, well, I guess I'll settle for this. I just get what I'm going to get and hopefully use for a long time. So, because I would be more upset if I spent, say, $20 or $30 on a microphone and then I had to replace it in a year because it went bad, rather than, I mean, this microphone was pretty expensive. But for me, it was worth it. It is nice. A lot of people use the blue or the blue Yeti, I think. Yes, and when I got my microphone, I was doing photography and doing other things that would give me, or that I would have my own money, because I don't like, I mean, my husband does buy me stuff, but for that sort of thing, I like to get my own stuff. So I was able to get the microphone with that money, because to be honest, YouTube, even affiliate marketing, it's a lot of work for a little return in the money sense. It's definitely, the money isn't why I do it. It's just an extra little something to help me get products, purchase more stuff, and pay for my website and pay for other things that I have to have. But yeah, but the return for me is inspiring people and people telling me that they're trying mixed media because of me or something along those lines. I love hearing those comments, and that's why I do it. Tara, it's okay. So so I broke it down, and it was roughly around 10 to 12 hours, that from planning the video, editing, all of it from start to after even uploading it. Because after I uploaded the video, I go in, Linkdeli is what I use for my affiliate marketing. And so I have to get all of those links, and then I have to post them, and then I have to get the tags for my video, and I have to make sure that my thumbnail is done. And yeah, so from start to like editing the photos, taking the photos, everything, doing the voiceover. And it was just for these cards. Where did I put them? I mean, simple little card. That was, I think for the cards, it might be a little bit longer, which is kind of crazy, because I normally don't plan my projects when I do videos. I kind of have some idea, but for cards, I like to have it to where I'm just grabbing this and like just grabbing the products and just going, because with mixed media, it's a lot of drawing, a lot of other things that kind of take up a lot more time than just stamping and, that sort of thing. So for the cards, I plan out the video, which took me about 3 hours, by the way, and then editing and all that sort of thing. So about 10-ish, 12 hours. And again, that's not even including doing a blog post, posting on Instagram, posting on Facebook, keeping up with comments. That's another thing that is just, it honestly drives me crazy that I can't comment back to everybody. And so, yeah, that's just, and I'll be honest, you have to have, in order to get a check from YouTube, if you haven't done videos, if you're thinking about doing videos, you have to have $100 in revenue in order to get a check or a deposit from YouTube. It took me over a year to get my first $100. And I had already had, like, I think at that time, I think I was at like 10,000 or more, 15,000 subscribers. So, I mean, it's not a get rich quick type of thing. It is crazy. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, poor me. Like, I do it because I love it. But I think it's interesting to see for people that want to do it, is it worth it? Or people that are just interested, kind of to see like behind the scenes of what it takes to do the video. But yeah, so the $100 threshold, and again, it took me over a year. And I was super excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got 5 cents today. And now to be honest, I barely bring in that $100 a month to get my $100. And if you think about that, I have 30,000 subscribers. So, and I have been pretty consistent to be, uploading my videos and all of that sort of thing. And yeah, so I barely hit that $100. All right. So that's just an eye opener, or maybe, I don't know. You definitely don't want to do it for the money. The money is definitely a plus, but you don't want to do it for the money, for sure. All right. And I will say there is, Jennifer McGuire, Christina Werner, a select few people in this genre of YouTube creators that probably do make a living, decent living off of making YouTube videos, plus their affiliate marketing and all of that sort of thing. But it's very hard. All right. Do you have a monthly craft supply budget? No. I spend probably twice as much as I make, if I'm being completely honest. Especially when it's like CHA, well, I call it CHA, but it's actually Creativation, when all like the big reveals and their people are coming out with all of their new stuff. Definitely spend more. And I was spending a lot of money when I stopped being on the Prima design team. And then I started getting into cards because I was so out of the loop with all of the card making supplies and all of the card stuff that I just kind of had to get all new supplies, all new inks, all new stamps. I found all sorts of new stamp companies and that sort of thing. So let's see. It is a crazy long time for one video. I'm way behind on comments here because I like to talk sometimes. Most of the time, I am a person of very few words. So this is very odd to me. Let's see. Your hourly rate certainly isn't worth it if you are in it for the money. Yes. I love, honestly, I constantly, when I go on Instagram, I go on YouTube, I'm seeing Christina Werner on this cruise with some amazing other crafty people and just the friendship that they have. And that is really, I don't know what the word is. it brightens my day to go on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and see that I am surrounded and friends with so many beautiful, talented people. I just feel so inspired and lucky that I have all of you guys that I'm friends with. So yeah. All right. My name is Jamie. Back to the topic of YouTube handles. I think I need to change mine. It confuses everyone. You can change your YouTube name. Like I just changed mine to Tiffany Solorio, but it won't change it. Like if you're able, I don't know how many subscribers or how long or what the requirements are to actually get your own link. But mine is something along the line like youtube.com/user/Mama Tiffy still. So even though mine says Tiffany Solorio. Let's see. You'd have to be super consistent with uploads to gain a following too. So much work. That is very true, Jamie. For a long time, I was not very consistent in uploading, and I took lots of months of breaks and with life and everything. But when I started getting serious about it, and not that I'm going to retire probably off of doing YouTube videos, but I felt that I had something to share, so I wanted to share it with other people. And so I made it more of like my job. And especially now that my kids are in school, I'm able to be more consistent with doing videos, uploading them, and sharing and all that sort of thing. So but anyways, that's when I found that I was consistently getting more subscribers, and which then more people subscribing, more people watching, and it just kind of right. I like to hear the reality of it, not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes and letting people think it's different than what it is. I'll tell you guys how it is. I make a couple $100s on affiliate marketing, which is, I think, a good amount of money. But again, you have to keep up with what's new. You have to constantly buy the news. Well, not always, but if things are out of stock, if things are old and they're not available anymore, then you have to kind of rethink your videos if you're doing it for the money. You know, a lot of times I try to use things that are in stock, not necessarily because I'm going to make a few cents off of if you purchase something from my link, but because I hate hearing that you guys can't get it, or that, oh, I wish I can get this, but it's not available anymore, it's discontinued. I hate hearing that because especially when it's things that I like using, or the like products that I love. So yeah. Those gals still design. It's not their only source of income. That's very, very true. Or if you flip it around, you are blessed to make half of what you spend. That is actually very true. I am very blessed. And I don't want to come off like that I don't feel blessed, because I do feel very blessed that I'm able to earn just a little tiny bit more of money to kind of get more supplies, because crafting supplies is definitely on the bottom list of most households' expenditures, I would imagine. There's less crafters to follow vids. Homemakers seem to make more money. Yes, vloggers, homemakers, beauty gurus, all those people. And I'm not knocking any scrapbooking company or anything, because they are in reality very small companies, but like beauty gurus and or people that do makeup and stuff, they get paid from companies like tons of money, and they have sponsorships, you know, with tons of money and stuff like that. So they definitely can make a better living off of doing YouTube. Then that's why I feel I'm going to go on another, like, not a rant or anything, but another tangent, because I feel like it's harder to get views, subscribers, that sort of thing in this genre of or this, well, yeah, genre of YouTube videos that is on YouTube, because there's so many people that do YouTube videos for so many different things. And I feel it's important for us to support each other, sharing each other's videos, sharing other people's channels. And that's why I don't mind, like, if you have a channel, if you just uploaded a video and you want to share it, I don't mind sharing it in the chat. I know some people do, and I don't want to take that away. I'm not saying anything negative about those people or anything like that. But for me, I feel like sharing is caring. We all need to support each other, whether it's going over there, if you don't have the time, just going over to their channel and liking a video or that sort of thing. And I don't feel either that, I don't know if this is contradicting myself or not, but I don't feel either that I need to subscribe to every single person. Like, I know, like, or like when I do like the YouTube hops and things like that, I don't expect everybody to subscribe to every single person, if that makes sense. You subscribe to who you want to subscribe to, and yeah, you like what you like. But if we didn't do the YouTube hops, if we didn't share channels or share each other's posts on Facebook or Instagram, things like that, then how are other people going to learn about other people? You know, we all have to kind of be in it together. Don't know why that flagged you, Beth, but thank you. All right, let me catch up really quickly. Let's see. Do you do any heat transfer? What paper do you use? I don't do heat transfer. Do you know who does? Is a card day's work, which is Jess. So go check her channel out. She just did one yesterday, a shirt, really cute shirt, by the way, for her son, I believe, right? I think that's what you're talking about, right? Heat transfer stuff. Well, let me catch up on the videos or the comments here. I envy you know all these big name people. What do you mean? What do you mean, Heidi, that I know all these big name people? I know. Well, I've been around YouTube for a while. So, and I started off by watching Stampin' Up! Demonstrators on YouTube, and I forget her name. I haven't watched her in a long time. But let's see. Christina Warner I would watch her videos religiously. And I don't know them. So I just talk about them like I know them. No, I follow a lot of people on Instagram and stuff. So I think, is that what you're talking about? Let's see. Yes, Jess, it's me. And I look so tired. And look at my baby hairs. I don't know what it is, but in the winter time, my hair sheds. Like I lose tons of hair. And then when it starts growing back, it's funny. Let's see. I thought I would transfer pictures using paper onto material and make cards with it. Does that seem right? Transfer pictures using heat transfer for pictures. I don't know if I would recommend that, but you can do Mod Podge. So what you would do is you would take your photo. So say this is your photo. You would put it onto your surface. Put the, how would you do that? Yes, put the Mod Podge on top, or no, on this side of, okay, let me start over. So this is your photo, Mod Podge, surface that you want, and then you would take your finger and you would kind of make it, you would spray it with some water and make it wet, and then that will transfer a photo onto something. Does that make sense? I hope I'm saying that right. Let's see. Going by houses and cars of some of the beauty gurus, they do very well. Yes, I agree. And Beth, thank you so much. There's a YouTube hop in March that I saw, but can't remember who's doing it. I am actually part of a few hops coming up. So there's definitely lots going on. So, and just because I don't know, there's definitely lots of other hops that other people are doing as well. So, and my lips are so chapped. Okay. That's it. Dawn Stamping. She's got like the red hair. I used to watch her videos all the time. I love her. She's so cute. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same. Yes. That was probably one of the first people I started watching on YouTube about 10 years ago. You know what? I do have some, what's it called? Chapstick somewhere around here. Let me see. Yes, Christina Werner was definitely one of the first people that I watched. I just, well, not just, I say just like I found her yesterday, but Laura Baston, I believe is her name. I think I probably found her about 6 months ago or so. Sorry, you guys. Yes, Prairie Paper and Ink and Carissa Wiley. Who else? There's so many that I love. I think her last name is Wiley. She's sprinkled with glitter, I think. Yes, sprinkles with glitter. Yes. So many people. Jess, I went to CHA a few years back, like 5 or so maybe, when it was in Vegas during the summertime, and I met. Well, to be honest, I really didn't know a lot of bigger people. I was just barely getting into knowing like who people are. I can't even tell you who was in the last movie that I watched. I'm not really into that sort of like remembering names and that sort of thing. But when I went and I met Frank Garcia and I met Heidi Swap, Tim Holtz, Finnebear. I met Finnebear. And it was a lot of fun. Heidi, I'm sure you're perfectly capable of making cards. Yes, that's true. Yes, Marta is great to watch. Oh, so this is hilarious. So I live by Las Vegas, like an hour north of Las Vegas, and they had to put out a I don't know, one of those, the CCSD, the Clark County School District had to put out a what is it called? A oh my goodness. They had to call everybody and email everybody telling everybody that there was school today because it snowed in Vegas. No, not an Amber Alert. Just like an alert or like a yeah. So people were hoping that they were going to get a snow day, and yeah, so that was pretty funny. I didn't get snow where I live last night, but some other people in my small town did. But I got a little bit of snow a few days ago. But it's so weird because they call me twice, they email me, and they call my husband. And when we had a house phone, they called our house phone as well. Like it's just, they're relentless. And they send home a notice, like a paper notice. All right, anyways, all right, let's see. Mixed media is definitely fun because I think with cards, you have to be a little bit, you have to think a little bit more, I guess. Although I really don't. I don't care if something is stamped a little bit wonky or, I try my best to keep it straight and stuff. But for the most part, I am definitely not a person that, like I was saying just the other day in your stream, that I am not one to follow rules. I think it was your stream. And I do what I want. And if people don't like it, then they don't. And if they do, then they do. So let's see. But mixed media, see, I get sidetracked. Mixed media is fun because you can do whatever you want, and you find there's so much. Well, I guess I think card making too, but I don't know. I like to get messy. I like to get my hands messy and stuff. So it's a lot of fun for me. Mixed media is, and I just do what I want. I don't think Frank has a YouTube channel. I think he does live videos for Prima sometimes, but I don't think he has a YouTube channel. You're coming to Vegas in May? How exciting. Sorry, where are you from, Jamie? From Australia. Oh, how fun. Is this will it be your first time in the United States? How fun. And May is a good time to come to Vegas because um Vegas is weird because in the summertime you could cook an egg on the sidewalk and in the wintertime it seems like it wants to snow. So you get a lot. But in May it's pretty windy a lot of times, but it's not too hot yet. Let's see, any tips on stores I must visit? My favorite is probably Hobby Lobby. I don't really know many stores, like actual scrapbook stores, so I'm probably not the best to ask. um, I do most of my shopping online. If I need like cardstock or something, I'll go into Hobby Lobby. Or if I need something specific and I know that Hobby Lobby carries it, like a distress ink or something like that, and I can use a coupon, then I'll do it that way. But for the most part, I shop online. And I live an hour away from anything. Like we have to go an hour to go grocery shopping every weekend. So I don't really get to go um, an afternoon trip to Dollar Tree to see or what's there or anything like that. Like it's a whole day thing just to go grocery shopping for us. I have bought so many stamps for card making and I just suck at it. So I finally don't give up, Heidi. But I mean, if you feel like it's not for you, I had a friend that she does, I'm not going to say her name, but she's very known. And she had decided that she wasn't going to do cards anymore, even though I love her cards, but she just didn't find joy in it anymore. And I think that's important too. If you don't find joy in what you're creating, then why are you doing it? You know? And that brings me to design teams because I get asked all the time, and I've touched on it before in my live videos, if I'm on design teams or my thoughts on design teams and all that sort of thing. And I loved being on design teams at the time, but over time, it got to be more of a chore. And then it was feeling excited to make a project, and I didn't like that feeling. So I'm not sure if I will ever be on another design team, to be honest. I just didn't find joy in having to make a project and having to only use certain supplies. And but at the time, like a few years back, it was definitely something that I really enjoyed. And I loved getting the free products and that sort of thing. But where I'm at now, it's not something that I like to do. Like I guest design a lot, but I won't be on a design team. Oh, that's fun, Jamie. Yes, Peggy. It's hard because I'm like, oh, I see all this stuff that is so cool from Hobby Lobby and that people are using, more like home decor stuff that because I follow a lot of people that um, their houses look like they should be in magazines type of people. And I have a theory on those types of people, that they have two houses. I don't know if any of you follow anybody that has like that farmhouse style, and then they're always like showing their kitchens like so nice and clean, and their living rooms and their bedrooms, and their bed's always made and everything like that. They have two houses. I guarantee you they have to have two houses, especially the ones with kids. I mean, who has a house that clean? I know, Peggy. I'm kidding. I know that it's just a snippet of, what goes on. All right, I'm getting ahead of all of the comments here. We only have Spotlight for a craft store. It's pretty underwhelming. Crafts by you, yes. Free ain't free. I think when I started out crafting, being on a design team was the thing that I looked forward to the most. And then I don't know if it was being on like the dream team of being on Prima or what it was, but after almost 2 years of being on Prima, it was just like I was just exhausted. I would love the free products. That part motivates me and want to. Yes, Tara, and it's exciting to be on design teams. I don't want to bash companies or being on design teams at all, but it's a lot of work too. um, and I think for me, because at that time when I was on the Prima design team, and then when I decided to, or when my term was up, basically, it was a time when I was just starting getting back into card making, and Prima is more like the mixed media layouts and that sort of thing. So it was just a time when I was just wanting to do something different. So, but it is a lot of fun, and it is fun to try out products and get products and things like that. I swear they have two houses. Jamie, I only watch a few people or follow a few people that do things like that do like like clean with me videos and stuff like that. Like a lot of them, honestly, like their house ain't dirty. Got like one dish in the sink. Like you're just spot cleaning and your house isn't a wreck. Takes me 2 months to make a card with at least 49 trips to Joanne's. It doesn't look like I put any effort into it. Well, Lucille, card makers and crafters know the amount of effort and time it takes for a card. So if you're sharing it online, then you could definitely know that people that appreciate crafting and card making and stuff like that will know the amount of effort and all the time that goes into it. But if you're giving it to somebody, I think that's why I don't give out cards. My mom always asks me why I don't send out cards for Christmas or make cards for Christmas or give handmade birthday cards, because honestly, they'll probably end up in the trash. And I ain't spending 5 hours coloring these flowers for it to be in the trash. May I ask your advice on how to use cheesecloth on a project I'm working on now? Like, are you wanting, like, what do you mean? Because there's different ways to use cheesecloth. So you can use it to add texture to the back of the project or like underlying texture. But then there is, I don't have any projects near me. Then there's the texture where I like to add on my layouts to where I tuck it in and I don't add any sprays or any mediums to it. And so you just see that little frayingness of the cheesecloth. Workhouse is a wreck. Yes, I have dishes to do. I have the bathrooms to clean because I'm leaving for a like a women's conference this weekend with my mom. So my husband will be here with the kids, so I need to get it done. Oh, hey, Marta, I missed you. Saying hi. I can make that myself for nice. Yes, $92 worth of craft supplies. That's so true. Oh, okay, so well, is it? Hold on. Let me see, Jamie. Let's see. I want to add texture to the background and make it stiff enough to hold its shape. I'll try a heavier gel maybe. Like trying to think if I have some in here. Heavy body gel maybe. Finnabair has like this one stuff. I don't even know if you can get it anymore, but it's supposed to stiffen fabric. I don't know if maybe that might work. I don't know if you can even get it anymore, but. All right, Marta, it's your turn. You have to do live video now. No. Hi, Juana. $3D gloss gel would probably work. Like, are you trying to put it in the back, like texture in the background of something, or are you actually trying to mold something and like make it? Dozen things you would. So if you were going to be doing mixed media stuff, oh. Oh, Heidi, the half dozen things you I think it would depend on what type of project you would want to make. So if you were wanting to make like the black gesso with the art alchemy wax, then I would give you a totally different supply list than I would give you if you wanted to make like a layout, you know? Let's see. Sit on. I think what did you say? The 3D gloss gel might work. You just have to let it dry, and then you don't really want to put too much moisture or water or spray or anything back on top of it. Oh, that is a good idea, Jamie. Oh my goodness, it's 2 o'clock. It's past 2 o'clock already, you guys. I honestly was only planning on being here for a minute. So, yeah. Housework, I have to go pick up my son, and then I have to go pick up my daughter from school, and then it's homework time and dinner time. So, well, I got out of housework today, so I definitely have to do it tomorrow. Any questions before I get off? All this, I honestly don't talk this much, so I'm very thirsty. I need some water. You guys like this? I feel so weird. I don't know. I feel like it might not be entertaining for you guys, but I guess you're still here, so. Let's see. Pistit, will you do a review of the distress oxide sprays? I've done a couple. Have I done a couple, or what am I thinking of? I think I've done. Yeah, you're entertained by my weirdness. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Justine, I have done a couple videos of the distress oxide inks. I think that they definitely have their uses. I really, really like them, but I like that they're matte and they don't have any shimmer in them. So that's why I like them. The best people are weird, I think. I think it was a live stream that I did, and it was kind of a hot mess because I really didn't know what I was doing. You know who just has one or has just put one up is Karen Tamir. She just did one, kind of playing around with the sprays. I think you really have to want that oxide effect. I like them because they're pigmented and then you can spray them on black or a dark surface, which is why I like them. So if I was to do a mixed media project with them and I didn't want that distress oxide look, I would try not to add any water on top, if that makes sense. You know, I did a condensed version of the live video. See, I've been doing so many videos, I don't even remember. Yes, all of the things. So many things, too many things. Yeah, I remember now. It was just the other day. I have the most horrible memory, you guys. I would definitely lose my mind if it wasn't attached to my body. Or what's that saying? I could plan my own surprise party if I was any more forgetful. Definitely me. Oh, Justine, you can use them on dark surfaces because they have so much pigment in them. They're really, really great. If you do lots of art journaling or things like that, um, so I can look at them on my shelf. It's true. You can't just, well, honestly, I'm not really the type of person that has to have every single color of every single ink or just to say that I have the whole collection or anything like that. But for the Distress Oxide inks and the Distress Oxide sprays, for some reason, I want them all. Like I have a handful of the Altenew inks and let me see, what other inks do I have? Well, that's really it. The Altenew inks and the Distress Oxide inks are the main inks that I have. Those are really the only ones that I have. And then like Stays On ink and things like that. But yeah, so Justine, there is a live stream where I was just kind of playing around with them. But then there is a shorter version. I believe it was just a couple days ago that I put it up. Yeah, for the most part, I won't buy things that I don't like colors that I won't use. And I might actually change because I want some shelves, well, not up there, but in front of me this way where my desk is. I want some shelves to where I can put all of my sprays and my uh, paints and all of that sort of thing so I can just grab them easily because I have the drawers and they're like jam packed full of stuff and I'm always like digging around for different things. That reminds me of something that I was telling my kids the other day. I was telling them that if I don't even remember why it came up, but I was telling them if somebody offers you an orange Starburst, then they don't like you. But if they give you a pink one, then they really like you, like as a, like a friend. Although I like all Starbursts, but a lot of people, they like just the pink ones. I think it's because I saw that Starburst is coming out with just a full package of pink Starbursts. So I think that's why. I brought it up. But anyways, that just reminded me of that. Yes. I think that companies just need to stop making new stuff. I think that's what it is. Ten steps to the store. Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up. That's so true. And Justine, that's true. I was actually looking at all of my stuff. Like I have bins and bins of Prima flowers, although I still use them, but I don't use them as much as I did before. And like Prima papers and chipboard and all that sort of thing. I just have so much stuff. Like we just collect so much stuff. See, I'm thoughtful in my wording, Jess. I don't say I'm a hoarder. I say that I'm saving it for the perfect project. It's like my husband, you have so much stuff you don't even use. Well, I'm saving it for the perfect project, and that just hasn't come up yet. So that's why it's still sitting there. And I've and I've talked about this before, but I've boxed up tons of stuff and sent them to people of sprays and paints, like extra stuff that I wouldn't be able to use, and flowers and all sorts of different things. And I still feel like I have too much that I'm not going to be able to use. Store it at the store. That's true, Tara. When my husband says, you have so much stuff, you need to get rid of stuff. I pull up videos of other people's craft rooms. I mean, this is basically what I have. I mean, it's kind of a lot, but in reality, it's kind of not at the same time, you know. Um, and he's like, well, that doesn't matter. I definitely need to purge my paper again. I do it. I've done it quite often, um, but I need to do it again. Tara, my husband should get it. Well, not like this is hoarding, but he has his hobbies. Like he loves um or like surround sound. Like he is obsessed with getting the sound right. Like even if he has to move over the speaker like a millimeter, like the other day, I'm like, are you serious right now? Like when we bought our house, you should have seen it was all about the living room was all about placement of the surround sound system and the TV. And I don't know if you guys were here when I said, but he's a network engineer, and he has tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff too. So, although he makes a living off of his work, so I don't have, I can't say that, but Heidi, that's very true. I would honestly probably, for me, I would want to give it away to another, like I'd probably take it to a school in Vegas or something. Because a lot of the teachers out here, or well, our community, I should say, they are very, very helpful in raising money, like PTO fundraisers and all of that sort of thing. Our community raises so much for our school. And my son was actually just telling me that last year, a company, I don't recall the company, but they bought all the schools out here Chromebooks for the classes. Well, we had already had some Chromebooks, but they were buying all new Chromebooks for all of the classes, every single class in elementary school and junior high. And then this year, they want to buy 3D printers for the junior high. My daughter gets a lot of my hand-me-down stuff. That's true, Kelly. My husband likes his stuff too. Certain things that I'm like, really, you spent that much on that? Although I'm guilty because I did buy him a Father's Day gift, which was kind of expensive. I got him a new receiver for our stereo system because I do like the sound. So I can appreciate like his hobby or whatever, but I don't think that he can appreciate mine. My mom's gotten tons of boxes from me, and I did donate a while back. Somebody was doing craft um, not classes, but for like teenagers, and they needed supplies, so I gave them a lot of stuff. But I think I do need to go. It's 2:30. My son gets off the bus at about 2:45, and I have to go pick him up because he is bringing home his instrument today. He plays the saxophone, the alto saxophone, and we live pretty far from the what's it called? The bus stop. So I have to go pick him up, and then it's time to pick up my daughter. So Jamie, it's not, honestly, it's really not even worth it to try and sell old supplies. It's like you said, it's a lot of work, and unless people know, like I've sold flowers and stuff, like Prima flowers and stuff, but unless people know, then they're not going to give you what you want, you know? I haven't watched that show yet, the purging show or whatever with the, I believe she's Japanese, the Japanese lady. But I am really gonna get off now. You guys helped me avoid housework today. So thank you guys. And thank you for chatting. I know this isn't, I don't know if it's as entertaining or entertaining at all, just kind of chatting and hanging out. But it was fun. You guys always make me laugh. But I will be doing a live next week for sure, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you haven't already, let me see if I can get the link really quickly. Most of you probably have, but I'm going to talk about the 24-hour live stream really quickly. See if I can remember how I... I'm going to get the link so that if you are on Facebook, you can go over there and check it out. I know I need to bring a drink. I had coffee, but I honestly wasn't planning on being on here this long. I don't even know when I went. 2 hours. I've been on here for 2 hours. Holy moly. But I need ideas for next week, for my live stream for next week. So let me know here, or if you think of something, leave it in the comments, or message me on Facebook or Instagram. But I am going to go now. All right, I want to thank you guys. If you haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up. Clean with me craft room live. I don't like this. I mean, I like being able to, let's see, I like having you guys feel that I'm talking to you guys, like looking at you guys and chatting with you guys, but it's really, really awkward for me. Very, very awkward. But yeah, so check out the Facebook event, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right, I won't be around very much the next few days. I'll try to check in when I can, like Instagram and things like that. So if you do message me ideas, I'll try to respond. But like I said, I'm going to a women's conference type of thing with my mom, so I won't be available as much and I won't be around, but I will be hopefully putting up a video tomorrow. And yeah, so thank you guys. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out, you guys.